morning children. In today's class, we are going to discuss about redox reactions from Unit 1. In the last class from Unit 1, we discussed about oxidation number. Now we are going to see about redox reactions. Under this topic, we are going to see definition and types of redox reactions, then definitions and examples of oxidation and reduction reactions. When an apple is cut, it turns brown after some time. Okay children, do you know the reason behind this color change? It is because of a chemical reaction called oxidation. Yes, you had been studied in lower classes. Okay, yes, we come across oxidation reactions in our daily life. For example, burning of LPG gas. Okay, yes, during the combustion, there is burning of LPG gas. Yes, the carbon is oxidized to carbon dioxide. Then another example, yes, for oxidation reaction is rusting of iron. Okay, yes, during rusting, iron is oxidized to ferric oxide. We know rust is nothing but hydrated ferric oxide. Okay. Then another example is oxidation of carbohydrates, lipids, etc. into CO2 and H2O to produce energy in the living organisms. Okay children, these are some of the examples for oxidation reactions. All oxidation reactions are accompanied by reduction reactions. Similarly, all reduction reactions are accompanied by oxidation reactions. Such reactions are called redox reactions. So, what is redox reactions? Chemical reaction in which both reduction and oxidation take place simultaneously is called redox reactions. Yes, chemical reactions in which both reduction and oxidation occur simultaneously is called redox reactions. Okay children, yes, in the term redox, yes, that RED refers reduction, okay, then OX refers oxidation. Okay children, yes, so chemical reactions in which both reduction and oxidation occur simultaneously is called redox reactions. Okay children, yes, then next we are going to see the definition and examples of oxidation and reduction reaction. Okay, yes, first we are going to see definition for oxidation, okay, by classical concept. Here we are going to define oxidation and reduction reaction in three ways. One is by classical concept, the second one is the in terms of electronic concept, the third one is the in terms of oxidation number. Okay children, first we can see, yes, classical definition of oxidation. Okay, yes, addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen is called oxidation. Yes, addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen is called oxidation reaction. Okay, yes, for example, let us consider the reaction of iron with oxygen. When iron reacts with oxygen means, yes, ferric oxide Fe2O3 will be formed. Here iron is oxidized to ferric oxide. So the balanced equation is 4Fe plus 3O2 gives 2Fe2O3. Understand children? Yes, here Fe is oxidized to Fe2O3 by the addition of oxygen. Okay children? Yes, the next an example for removal of hydrogen. When hydrogen sulfide is treated with chlorine means hydrogen chloride and sulfur will be obtained. Okay children, yes, so the balanced equation is H2S plus Cl2 gives 2HCl plus sulfur. Okay, in this reaction, yes, hydrogen sulfide is oxidized to sulfur, okay, by the removal of hydrogen. Understand children? Yes, so this reaction is an example for removal of hydrogen. Okay, so remember the classical definition. Yes, what is the classical definition? Addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. Okay ma, yes. Now we can see the classical definition for reduction. Okay ma? Yes, I mean reduction reaction is the opposite reaction of oxidation. Okay, yes. So what is the definition of reduction by classical concept? Addition of hydrogen or removal of oxygen. Okay, addition of hydrogen or removal of, yes, I mean oxygen is called reduction reaction. Okay, now we can see the example. Okay, for reduction reactions, let us consider the reaction of cupric oxide with carbon. That is, when cupric oxide CuO is heated with carbon, means the carbon will reduce cupric oxide to copper. So the balanced equation is CuO plus C gives Cu plus Co. Understand children? Here cupric oxide is reduced to copper, yes, by the removal of oxygen. Okay, yes, then it is a self-balanced equation. Clear? Yes. Then next we can see an example for addition of hydrogen. Yes, I mean addition of hydrogen is called reduction reaction, isn't it? Yes, for example, when sulfur is treated with hydrogen, means hydrogen sulfide will be obtained. So the equation is S plus H2 gives H2S. Here sulfur is reduced to hydrogen sulfide by the addition of hydrogen. Understand children? Yes. Then you remember, I mean almost all the chemical reactions are redox reactions. Okay, yes. What is redox reactions? Reactions in which both reduction and oxidation takes place simultaneously is called redox reactions, isn't it? Okay, yes. For example, let us consider, yes, I mean the reaction of cupric oxide with carbon. Here carbon reduces cupric oxide to copper, isn't it? So cupric oxide is reduced to copper, a reduction reaction. At the same time, carbon is oxidized to carbon monoxide. Okay, yes, by the addition of oxygen. So I mean almost in all the chemical reaction, both reduction and oxidation reactions will take place. Understand children? Yes. Then next we can see, I mean definition of oxidation and reduction in terms of electronic concept. Okay, yes. Oxidation reduction reaction, that is redox reactions, are not always associated with the oxygen or hydrogen. Okay, in such cases the process can be explained on the basis of electrons. So what is the definition of oxidation and reduction in terms of electronic concept? Means loss of electron is called oxidation. Yes, what is that? Loss of electron is called oxidation. Okay, you can remember the definition of oxidation in terms of electronic concept shortly. That is LEO. Okay, yes, LEO means loss of electron oxidation. Okay children, yes. Then reduction, yes, the opposite reaction is the definition of reduction. So what is reduction in terms of electronic concept? Gain of electron is called reduction, that is GER. Okay, yes, how to remember shortly? GER. GER means gain of electron reduction. Understand children? Now we can see, yes, I mean example for oxidation. When Fe2 plus, okay, Fe2 plus is oxidized to Fe3 plus by the loss of an electron. Okay, yes. Then an example for gain of electron. Cu2 plus gain 2 electron and reduced to copper. Okay, yes, Cu2 plus is reduced to copper by the gain of 2 electrons. Understand children? Yes. Now we can see, I mean definition of oxidation and reduction in terms of oxidation number. Okay children, yes, during redox reactions the oxidation number of elements changes. A reaction in which oxidation number of the element increases is called oxidation. So during, I mean what is that? Oxidation reaction, oxidation number of the element will increase. Then a reaction in which oxidation number of the element decreases is called reduction reaction. Remember children, during reduction reaction oxidation number of the element will decrease. Okay, yes, I mean a reaction in which oxidation number of the element increases is called oxidation. A reaction in which oxidation number of the element decreases is called reduction. Now we can see one example. Let us consider the reaction of ferrous sulfate, that is FeSO4, with acidified KMnO4. We know acidified KMnO4 is a good, that is a strong oxidizing agent. Okay ma? Yes. So when acidified KMnO4 is added to ferrous sulfate, means the acidified KMnO4 will oxidize ferrous sulfate, that is FeSO4, to ferric sulfate. Okay children, yes, here acidified KMnO4 function as an oxidizing agent and oxidizes ferrous sulfate to ferric sulfate. Okay, yes, here it functions, that is acidified potassium permanganate function as an oxidizing agent. Generally, a substance function as an oxidizing agent will itself undergo reduction. Okay ma? Therefore, during this reaction, the KMnO4 is reduced to manganese sulfate. Okay ma? Yes. Now we can explain this reaction, yes, in terms of oxidation number. Okay. Yes. Here potassium permanganate, okay, function as an oxidizing agent. Understand? It oxidizes, yes, ferrous sulfate to ferric sulfate. Okay, that is the manganese in potassium permanganate facilitates the, yes, oxidation reaction. Okay children, yes, how to know that ferrous sulfate is oxidized to ferric sulfate? Yes, in terms of oxidation number method, during oxidation reaction, oxidation number increases. Okay, so here we should calculate the oxidation number of, okay, yes, iron in ferrous sulfate and in ferric sulfate. Okay children, yes, if we calculate oxidation number of, yes, iron in FeSO4, means it will be +2. Okay, yes, it will be in the +2 state. Yes, in the last class only we discussed the oxidation number calculation. Okay ma? The oxidation number of iron in FeSO4 is +2. Okay, in Fe2SO4 thrice, that is in ferric sulfate, the oxidation number of iron is +3. Okay, yes, so Fe2 plus is oxidized to Fe3 plus. Here +2 is, what is that? Changes to +3. The oxidation number is increases from +2 to +3. So, ferrous sulfate is oxidized to ferric sulfate. Understand children? Yes. So, ferrous to ferric is an oxidation reaction. Okay, yes. Then, potassium permanganate. Okay, yes. In potassium permanganate, we should calculate the oxidation number of manganese. Okay, yes, that only facilitates the, yes, oxidation reaction. In KMnO4, the oxidation number of manganese is +7. Whereas in manganese sulfate, the oxidation number of manganese is +2. Okay, yes. So here the +7 state is reduced to +2. Okay, yes. So KMnO4, okay, yes, what is that? Is undergoing reduction and reduced to manganese sulfate. So here oxidation number decreases. Okay, so it is a reduction reaction. So here both reduction and oxidation reaction taking place simultaneously. Okay ma? Yes, here potassium permanganate function as an oxidizing agent. Okay, similarly ferrous sulfate, okay, function as a reducing agent. Understand children? Yes. So remember, during oxidation reaction, oxidation number increases. During reduction reaction, oxidation number decreases. Yes, that's all about the definitions of redox reactions, oxidation and reduction. Okay, yes, an important part of the lesson. Redox reactions. Redox reactions are classified into 5 types. The 5 types of reactions are combination reactions, decomposition reactions, displacement reactions, disproportionation reactions, and competitive electron transfer reactions. First, we are going to see combination reactions. Redox reactions in which two substances combine to form a single compound are called combination reactions. Yes, redox reactions in which two substances combine to form a single compound are called combination reactions. Now we can see example. Let us consider the example of carbon with oxygen. When carbon reacts with oxygen means carbon dioxide will be obtained. Here two substances, that is carbon and oxygen combines to form a single compound, carbon dioxide. So this reaction is an example for combination reactions. Okay children, here we can see the oxidation number of the elements. Carbon, we know carbon, it is in the uncombined state. In the uncombined state, the oxidation number of carbon is 0. Similarly, oxygen, okay, in oxygen molecule, the oxygen atom is in the 0 oxidation state. Okay children, yes, the 0 oxidation state of carbon, okay, during oxidation changes to +4, okay, in carbon dioxide. Okay, yes, similarly, the 0 oxidation state of oxygen, okay, yes, is changed to -2. Okay, yes, there is 0 is reduced, okay, reduced to -2. Okay children, yes, so C plus O2 gives CO2 is an example for combination reactions. Okay, the next we can see decomposition reactions. Redox reactions in which a compound breaks down into 2 or more components are called decomposition reactions. Yes, redox reactions in which a compound breaks down into 2 or more components are called decomposition reactions. Okay children, yes, decomposition reactions are opposite to combination reactions. Yes, now we can see the example. When potassium chlorate KClO3 is heated means it will undergo decomposition and will be decomposed into potassium chloride KCl and oxygen O2. So the balanced equation for the decomposition of potassium chlorate is 2 KClO3 gives 2 KCl plus 3 O2. Okay children, yes. Now we can see the oxidation number of the elements and find out which which element is undergoing oxidation and which is undergoing reduction. Okay, yes, listen ma'am, chlorine, potassium chlorate KClO3 is the compound of chlorine. Okay, so here we can calculate oxidation number of chlorine in KClO3. Okay, yes, O3, yes, we are calculating the oxidation number for chlorine. So substitute the oxidation number of potassium and oxygen. 1 potassium, we know its oxidation number is +1. Okay, 1 into +1 plus then Cl, then there are 3 oxygen atoms. Okay, so 3 into -2. Okay, yes, which is equal to 0. Okay, so 1 into +1 then plus Cl. Okay, yes, 3. Okay, plus 3 into -2 is equal to -6. Okay, which is equal to 0. Okay, so here +1 minus 6 is equal to -5. That is Cl minus 5 is equal to 0. Therefore, Cl is equal to +5. Okay, so the oxidation state of chlorine in KClO3 is +5. Okay, children. Yes. Similarly, the oxidation state of oxygen in KClO3 will be -2. Okay. Yes. Then in KCl, the oxidation state of chlorine will be -1. Yes. Then in O2 molecule, the oxidation number of oxygen is 0. Okay, children. So here +5 state of Cl is reduced to -1. Okay. So Cl is what is that? KClO3 to KCl. Okay, is the reduction reaction. Then the -2 oxidation state of oxygen in KClO3 is changed to 0 in O2 molecule. So KClO3 to oxygen is the oxidation reaction. Understand children? Yes. Then next we are going to see displacement reactions. Redox reactions in which an ion or an atom in a compound is replaced by an ion or atom of another element are called displacement reactions. Yes, redox reactions in which an ion or an atom in a compound is replaced by an ion or atom of another element are called displacement reactions. The displacement reactions are further classified into 2 types. The 2 types of displacement reactions are metal displacement reactions, yes, and non-metal displacement reactions. Understand children? Metal displacement and non-metal displacement reactions. Now we are going to see what is metal displacement reactions. redox reactions involves displacement of metal is called metal displacement reactions. Okay, children. Now we can see one example. Yes, let us consider, yes, the reaction of zinc with copper sulfate. Okay, yes, when a zinc metal strip is placed, okay, in the aqueous solution of copper sulfate taken in a beaker means, yes, this is the zinc, okay, zinc metal strip. Here it is placed in, yes, copper sulfate solution. Here the copper sulfate solution is taken in a beaker. Yes, the color of the copper sulfate, okay, CuSO4 copper sulfate. The color of the copper sulfate is, yes, blue color. Okay, ma. Yes. So, when a zinc metal strip is placed in aqueous solution of copper sulfate taken in a beaker means, yes, the intensity of the blue color solution of copper sulfate, yes, will be reduced slowly and finally disappeared. Okay, yes, after sometimes we can see, yes, the brown color, okay, is formed on the metal strip. There is the zinc metal strip. There is the zinc metal strip become coated with brownish metallic copper. Understand, children? Yes. So, why the zinc metal strip become coated with brownish metallic copper means that is due to, okay, displacement of copper, okay, by the zinc. Yes, here zinc displaces, okay, the zinc metal displaces copper from copper sulfate solution. The displaced copper deposited on the zinc metal. We know the color of the, okay, yes, copper is brown color. Understand, children? So here this reaction involves displacement of metal. Here the metal undergoing displacement is copper. Copper is displaced by, yes, zinc. Understand, children? Now we can see the reaction of copper sulfate with the zinc. When zinc's metal strip is placed in copper sulfate means the zinc will displace copper from copper sulfate. Okay. Yes. Therefore, the balanced equation is CuSO4 plus Zn gives Cu plus ZnSO4. Here, the copper sulfate and the zinc sulfate are the solution. So, write AQ. Then zinc metal and copper metal are in the solid form. Yes, the oxidation state of copper in copper sulfate will be +2. Okay, whereas in the uncombined state is 0. Okay, yes. So, +2 state of copper is, yes, +2 state is reduced. Okay, ma, +2 state is reduced to 0 state. So, this is the reduction reaction. Okay, yes. The oxidation state of zinc in the uncombined state is 0. Okay, yes, whereas in zinc sulfate, the oxidation state of zinc is +2. Okay, yes, so here the 0 oxidation state of zinc, okay, is changed to +2 in zinc sulfate. So, zinc to zinc sulfate is an oxidation reaction. Okay, children, yes, the next we can see non-metal displacement reaction. Okay, yes, redox reaction involves displacement of other than metal is called non-displacement reaction. Okay, children, let us consider the reaction of zinc with hydrochloric acid. When zinc metal is placed in, dilute hydrochloric acid means, yes, hydrogen gas will be evolved with the formation of zinc chloride. Okay, children, yes, the balanced equation for the reaction of zinc with hydrogen chloride is Zn plus 2HCl gives ZnCl2 plus H2. Okay, ma? Yes. During the reaction of zinc with hydrogen chloride, yes, here the zinc displaces, okay, H plus ion of the hydrogen chloride, that is hydrochloric acid. Okay, yes, as H2 gas. Understand? Yes, here zinc displaces H plus ion of the hydrochloric acid. The displaced H plus ion combined and evolved as H2 gas. So here this reaction involves, okay, displacement of H plus ion by the metal. So this reaction is an example for non-metal displacement reaction. Now we can see the oxidation state. The oxidation state of zinc in the uncombined state is 0, whereas in zinc chloride, that is in ZnCl2, its oxidation state will be +2. So 0 state is changed to +2. This oxidation number is increased from 0 to +2. So it is an oxidation reaction. Okay, yes. Then the oxidation state of hydrogen in hydrogen chloride is +1. Okay, whereas in H2, the oxidation state of hydrogen is 0. Here +1 state, okay, yes, is +1. Okay, +1 state is reduced to 0. So HCl to H2 is the reduction reaction. Okay, children, yes. Then next we are going to see about disproportionation reactions. It is also known as Otto redox reactions. Okay, yes. Redox reactions in which the same compound can undergo both oxidation and reduction is called disproportionation reaction. Okay, in disproportionation reaction or during disproportionation reaction, the oxidation state of one and the same element is both increased and decreased. Yes, during disproportionation reaction, the oxidation state of one and the same element is both increased and decreased. Understand, children? Now we can see the examples. Let us consider the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. The formula of hydrogen peroxide is H2O2. Okay. When it is undergoing decomposition means it will be decomposed into water H2O and oxygen gas. Okay, children? Yes. So the balanced equation for the decomposition of H2O2 is 2H2O2 gives 2H2O plus O2. Okay, children? Yes. This reaction is an example for what is that? Disproportionation reaction. Okay. Here we can see how the oxidation state of one and the same element is both increased and decreased. Yes, in H2O2, yes, we know the oxidation state of oxygen, it is a peroxide. So the oxidation state of oxygen is -1. Okay, in water, the oxidation state of oxygen is -2. Okay, children, yes. So here the -1 state is reduced to -2. So hydrogen peroxide to water is the reduction reaction. Okay, yes. Then in O2 molecule, we know the oxidation state of oxygen is 0. In H2O2, the oxidation state of oxygen is -1. So here -1 state of oxygen is changed to, what is that? That is increased to 0 state, isn't it? -1 to 0 means increased. Okay. So, the formation of O2 from H2O2 is the oxidation reaction. Understand, children? So, the oxidation number of oxygen, okay, yes, during the reaction, yes, increased as well as decreased. Understand, children? Yes. Now we can see one more example. Let us consider the reaction of chlorine with KOH. When chlorine is added to potassium hydroxide means the products formed are potassium chloride KCl, then potassium chlorate KClO3 and water H2O. The balanced chemical equation for the reaction of chlorine with KOH is 2Cl2 plus 6 KOH gives 5 KCl plus KClO3 plus 3 H2O. Okay, children? Yes. Now we can see how the oxidation state of chlorine, okay, is increased and decreased during the reaction. Yes, the oxidation state of chlorine in Cl2 molecule is 0, we know. Okay, yes, in KCl, the oxidation state of chlorine is -1. So here 0 state is reduced to -1. So chlorine to KCl is the reduction reaction. Okay, ma? Yes. Then the oxidation state of chlorine in potassium chlorate, that is KClO3, will be +5, we know. Okay, so here the 0 oxidation state is increased to +5. So chlorine to potassium chlorate is the oxidation reaction. Understand, children? Yes. So that's all about disproportionation reaction. Then next we are going to see competitive electron transfer reaction. In metal displacement reactions, we learned that zinc replaces copper from copper sulfate solution. Let us examine whether the reverse reaction takes place or not. As discussed earlier, place a metallic copper strip in zinc sulfate solution. If copper replaces zinc from zinc sulfate solution, then Cu2 plus ion would be released into the solution and the color of the solution would change to blue. But no such change is observed. Therefore, we conclude that among zinc and copper, zinc has more tendency to release electrons and copper to accept the electrons. Let us extend the reaction to copper metal and silver nitrate solution. Place a strip of metallic copper in silver nitrate solution. Yes, place a strip of metallic copper. Okay, children. Yes, here the silver nitrate solution is taken in the beaker. Okay, children. Yes, that is we have to place a strip of metallic copper in silver nitrate solution taken in a beaker. After some time, the solution slowly turns blue. Okay, after some time, the solution slowly turns blue. Okay, children. Yes, this is due to the formation of Cu2 plus ion. Understood, children? Yes, here the silver nitrate solution become copper nitrate solution. Okay, yes, that is copper replaces silver from silver nitrate. Okay, yes, it indicates that between copper and silver, copper has the tendency to release electrons and silver to accept electrons. Okay, yes, therefore the equation for the reaction of copper with silver nitrate is Cu plus AgNO3 gives CuNO3 twice plus Ag. Silver nitrate formula AgNO3. CuNO3 twice is called as copper nitrate. The balanced equation is Cu plus 2AgNO3 gives CuNO3 twice plus 2Ag. Okay, ma? Yes. Now we can see the oxidation state of the elements. Yes, in the uncombined state, we know the oxidation state of copper is 0. In copper nitrate, that is in CuNO3 twice, the oxidation state of copper is +2. So here, 0 oxidation state of copper is increased to +2, isn't it? So copper to copper nitrate is the oxidation reaction. Okay, yes. Then in AgNO3, the oxidation state of silver is +1. Okay, whereas in Ag, yes, here it is in the uncombined state, the oxidation state is 0. Here +1 state is, +1 state is reduced, isn't it? Reduced to 0. So silver nitrate to silver is the reduction reaction. Understand, children? Yes. So from the above experimental observations, we can conclude that among the three metals, namely zinc, copper and silver, the electron releasing tendency is more for zinc than for copper and than for silver. Okay, yes. So zinc is greater than copper, which is greater than silver. Okay, this is the electron releasing tendency of the three metals. Understand, children? This kind of competition for electrons among various metals help us to design galvanic cells. In 12th standard, we will study the galvanic cell in detail. That's all about the types of redox reactions.